A lot of people spend a ton on KitchenAid accessories and end up not using them. Sounds familiar? The real problem isn't the mixer. It's choosing the wrong attachments. So today, I'll show you the ones that actually make a difference in your kitchen. But which ones are actually useful, and how they differ from regular appliances. Let's break it down. If you've ever struggled with slicing veggies by hand, the Fresh Prep Slicer and Shredder is a game changer. It turns your KitchenAid mixer into a slicing and shredding machine for cheese, carrots, cucumbers, all done in seconds. It takes up a little more space than a basic slicer, but the time you save in meal prep makes it a smart kitchen companion. Perfect for anyone who loves prepping large salads, coleslaw, or weekly meal batches. The KitchenAid metal food grinder lets you ditch store-bought ground meat for freshly ground beef, chicken, or even breadcrumbs. Simply load the ingredients, switch on your mixer, and enjoy perfectly ground texture for your burgers, meatballs, or sausages. Grinding at home also gives you full control over fat content and seasoning, making every bite taste just the way you like it. Cleanup does require a bit of patience, but the flavor payoff is totally worth the effort, especially when you want to impress guests or family with homemade cooking. If you've ever used a manual meat grinder, this one feels like upgrading from a handsaw to a power tool. As you can see, the texture and freshness you get from grinding your own ingredients is hard to beat if you care about quality. The Flex Edge Beater is the answer to every baker's least favorite task: scraping the sides of the mixing bowl. It does the scraping for you, leaving your hands free and your batter perfectly mixed. This simple yet clever upgrade can make your baking smoother and more enjoyable, especially for those who bake often. While it's ideal for light batters and cookies, if you're making something denser like bread dough, your classic beater might still be your best bet. As you can see, when the batter stays evenly mixed without the need for constant scraping, the whole baking process just feels easier and more fun. With the ice cream maker attachment, homemade frozen treats are finally an easy task. Just pour your chilled mixture into the pre-frozen bowl, and the mixer handles the churning. Beyond just ice cream, you can experiment with frozen yogurts, gelatos, and even dairy-free alternatives. If you've ever used a standalone ice cream machine, you'll notice this one saves a lot of counter space and cleanup, making it great for smaller kitchens. The only planning ahead you'll need to do is freezing the bowl in advance. But once you taste the result, you'll agree it's worth it. If you are curious about the price or availability of these attachments, check the links in the description. Rolling and cutting pasta dough by hand can feel like an upper body workout, but the 3-piece pasta roller and cutter set makes the process smooth and consistent. It replaces both a hand roller and manual cutters, turning your homemade pasta nights into a fun, professional-level experience. And there's something deeply satisfying about serving pasta you've made from scratch. It really does make your meals feel special. This is ideal for home cooks who want to add a bit of restaurant flair to their dinners. If even dicing onions and tomatoes feels like a chore, the KitchenAid food processor dicing kit can handle it in record time. Once attached, this accessory dices vegetables and fruit into uniform cubes. No knife skills required. It's perfect for batch prepping ingredients for soups, salads, and salsas, which can save you a huge amount of time during busy weeknights. Compared to a traditional food processor, this attachment takes up less space and is easier to clean. Ideal for smaller kitchens or anyone tight on storage. Precision is everything in baking, and the Sifter Plus scale attachment helps you get there. It combines sifting and weighing in one smooth process, so you can focus more on creativity and less on guesswork. This one is especially helpful if you're the kind of baker who likes consistent, professional quality results without the mess. A great fit for perfectionists and anyone who loves working with delicate pastry recipes. The Spiralizer Plus isn't just for making zucchini noodles. It's a great way to reimagine your fruits and veggies into new textures and shapes. Whether you want to core, peel, slice, or create spirals, this tool makes it easy and fun. Great for anyone trying to eat healthier or add some visual flair to salads and side dishes. It transforms everyday ingredients into eye-catching creations. If you've tried handheld spiralizers before, this attachment will feel like a serious upgrade. The grain mill attachment is for anyone who's ever thought about milling their own flour at home. Whether it's wheat, oats, or something more adventurous, this attachment allows you to control texture and freshness. The ability to grind fresh flour on demand is a real treat for serious bakers and a step toward a more hands-on and rewarding cooking experience. As you can see, when you grind your own flour, you not only control the texture, you control the flavor of your baked goods too, and that's a game changer for anyone who loves homemade bread. With the shave ice attachment, snow cones and icy treats are just a few spins away. Simply freeze the molds and let the mixer turn them into fluffy shave ice. It's a great way to turn any gathering, birthday, or barbecue into a fun experience for both kids and adults, especially on warm days. Anyone who enjoys making homemade treats for guests or family will appreciate this one. If any of these caught your eye, the full list with links is right there in the description. The Masticating Juicer Plus sauce attachment is one of those tools that quietly upgrades your kitchen without you realizing it, until you taste the difference. If you've ever bought store-bought juice, you've probably noticed how most of it is watered down or loaded with preservatives. This attachment lets you extract every drop from fruits and vegetables at home, and because it uses a slow juicing process, the flavor stays rich and the nutrients stay intact. You end up with smooth, vibrant juice that tastes fresher than anything from a carton. And it's not just for juice. You can also make sauces, purees, and even homemade baby food, all from the same setup. If you've never tried making your own tomato sauce or fruit coulis before, this attachment makes it simple and kind of addictive once you get the hang of it. The pouring chute might seem like one of the simplest attachments in the KitchenAid lineup, but once you use it, you'll wonder why it didn't come with a mixer in the first place. If you've ever tried adding flour or powdered sugar to a mixing bowl while the mixer's running, you know the struggle. Clouds of flour everywhere, half the ingredients on the counter instead of in the bowl. That's where the pouring chute saves the day. It clips securely onto the edge of your KitchenAid bowl and guides your dry or wet ingredients right where they belong. No extra tools, no extra mess. As you can see, this tiny attachment helps you avoid the usual cleanup and lets you focus on the fun part: baking and creating, not wiping down the kitchen afterward. It's the kind of add-on that isn't flashy, but it instantly makes your mixer more enjoyable to use, especially if you bake often or love working with delicate recipes like cakes and cookies where every gram matters. If you love making tender, juicy steaks or chicken, the Meat Tenderizer attachment is an underrated hero. It softens tougher cuts of meat without a mallet, saving time and effort while giving you consistently tender results. What's your favorite cut to tenderize? Steak or chicken? As you can see, the difference in texture after using this attachment is the kind of thing that turns an ordinary meal into something you'd expect from a restaurant. The 3-in-1 pasta maker set with hubknob is for anyone who's ever wanted to make fresh pasta but felt intimidated by the rolling, cutting, and shaping process. This set takes all that stress off your plate, literally, by handling the hard part for you. You get one tool that flattens the dough, another that slices it into perfect spaghetti or fettuccine, and the hubknob makes swapping between them feel seamless. The thickness settings let you dial in the exact texture you want, whether you're making lasagna sheets, ravioli bases, or classic pasta ribbons. Once you try homemade pasta made with this, store-bought pasta will feel like a downgrade. It's the kind of upgrade that makes pasta nights fun again, especially if you like hosting or cooking with family. If you're looking for the smartest way to start or expand your KitchenAid collection, I'd recommend keeping an eye on the perfect balance between price and performance. In fact, if I had to narrow it down for anyone trying to make the most out of their budget, these three stand out. The Flex Edge Beater, for its affordable versatility, the Fresh Prep Slicer and Shredder, for cutting daily prep time like a pro, and the 3-piece pasta roller and cutter set, which brings restaurant-quality pasta right to your kitchen counter. Of course, depending on your cooking style, the perfect pick might change. And since you're clearly looking to make your kitchen even more practical, I've also listed 5 of the best budget air fryers that are perfect if you want fast, healthy meals without much effort. You'll probably find one that fits right into your setup, so check that out next.